Welcome to Digital Marketing for Contractors, a podcast for home improvement contractors to help you crush your lead goals and take your business to the next level. Join us each episode as we give you powerful insights and practical tips on the best digital marketing strategies to help you grow your home improvement business. Let's get started.
Welcome back to another episode of Digital Marketing for Contractors. This podcast is hosted by Fat Cat Strategies. We are a digital marketing agency located in Raleigh, North Carolina, but we're so pleased and honored to say that we work with home improvement contractors all over the United States. I am Janet. I am the founder and managing partner of Fat Cat, and I'm here with Caitlin. So happy to have her join me. She is an account manager here at Fat Cat and also a co-owner of the firm.
Thank y'all for having me back.
Okay, so what are we talking about today? Today, we're taking a little side trip away from our core focus, which is digital marketing, and we're talking about continuing education for home improvement contractors.
You're already doing it.
Yeah, you're doing it now. Good point.
Yeah.
You're listening to a podcast.
I wish you could have seen Janet's face. She was like, oh, you are. Like, you've already made the first step to continue.
Yeah, you decided somehow, by hook or by crook, you found our little podcast and you're listening to it. So first of all, thank you.
Second of all, thank yourself because you know you're wanting to learn more about digital marketing for contractors.
So you can make your business better.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about other.
Yeah. So today's episode is how can you sharpen your saw to be a better owner, better general manager, and continue to find time and dedicate time to work on the business, not just in the business.
Oh, it's so hard.
It is hard.
Timing. How do I find the time?
Caitlin,
it's crazy.
I feel like this could be a topic that really resonates with you. So yes, I'm the founder of Fat Cat. I've been doing this for 22 years. You started buying into the company 5 or 6 years ago. And so you are now feeling that pull, that tug between
working on the business
and in the business.
And in the business. It's very pulling.
Yeah. And so when you've got clients that need your attention,
they come first.
Then they come first. And you've said this to me.
I know.
You've said, like, you're excited on the days when we get to have an owner's meeting
and work
and work on the business. And so today's podcast is all about setting aside time, acknowledging to yourself that it is very important that you continue to grow your knowledge about the business that you're running.
And the industry.
And
your competitors.
So how can people do that? First of all, I think acknowledging that it is a struggle.
Yes.
And that it's just so easy to blaze through your day, solving problems, putting out fires.
So easy.
Responding to whatever the crisis of the moment is. That I think one thing that helps me is to set aside some time to maybe get out of the office.
Yeah.
And be away from wherever it is that is your workplace.
Right.
If that's on the job site, if it's in your truck, wherever, get yourself into a different space.
Where are you listening to this podcast right now?
Yeah, maybe you're walking your dogs.
Right. She stole my line.
Dadgummit.
I mean, though, truly, to Janet's point, I mean, I love my job. Clients do come first. I know y'all feel the same way. Your customers come first.
Your customers and your staff.
Your staff, yeah, absolutely.
If you've got a staff member that really needs your attention for whatever reason, they're trying to solve a problem, they're trying to make, they're trying to install some new software, you've updated your call center scripts, you're training a new sales rep, whatever, your staff is always going to need something from you. But that's still sort of working on that day-to-day in the business.
Yep. Always.
We're talking about making time to step back and read a book, listen to a webinar, go to an event, follow a podcast. Networking.
Yes.
So, one of the things that I'm actually a little bit jealous about when it comes to our clients, most of our clients are really closely affiliated with a manufacturer. They are installing a product like James Hardie Siding, jacuzzi bath products, gutter helmet, gutter
windows,
heat, Marvin windows, Certainty, and all of those manufacturers have some sort of rep that are going into our clients' business and they're talking to our clients.
Literally, you know exactly who we're
talking about.
You
know who we're talking about.
Regional rep.
You know who your regional rep is.
Yes.
If you already know this, go ahead, send us some hate mail and tell us that we're like Captain Obvious and telling you something you already know. Fine. I'm okay
Keep
with that.
listening. Keep listening. There's more coming.
Yeah, there's more coming. But if you don't yet know that your manufacturer rep can be an amazing resource for you, we're here to tell you that that person can.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They can connect you with other companies who are very similar to you in other markets.
Absolutely.
That are not going to be your direct competitor. They're installing the same product. They have the same problems. They have the same woes. They're trying to hire labor. They're trying to hire office staff. They're trying to hire sales staff.
Trying to figure out marketing.
They're trying to figure out marketing, and they're literally doing the same thing you're doing. So if your manufacturer rep has not introduced you to a wider network of business owners that are basically on the same path that you are,
ask them.
Next time they come popping in your office and harassing you, trying to get you to do something.
Meet another sales quota.
Yeah. Why don't you go like, hey, man, what have you done for me lately? Introduce me to somebody that's going to make my life better.
We do also want to make a plug. We love those regional reps.
We do. They've actually been really good to us.
Yes, they're really good to us. They should be really good to you. I know Janet wanted to specifically mention James Hardy and that wonderful partnership we've had with them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the pandemic changed all of our lives so much. But pre-pandemic, James Hardy, so gracious. The regional reps and the folks there at the corporate level, we connected with them at an industry show, which is another thing we're going to plug and recommend. If you've not been to an industry show, go to a show. Go to a show. So we met some James Hardy folks at a show, made a great connection with them, and they actually connected us. We're here in North Carolina. We went to Indianapolis. We went to Michigan. I think
that's where it ended because the pandemic started.
Yeah, we had
virtual.
We had virtual webinars that we did, but we had big plans pre-pandemic to tour the entire Midwest.
Roadshow.
Still kind of sad that didn't happen. But the point is that, those Hardy connections that we made, they were able to host an event in a local hotel, get a big, ballroom, conference room, set up tables, chairs, and a projector. And then we came in, and what we did was we provided a half-day education seminar about digital marketing for home improvement companies. And in this instance, for siding companies. That event was free to all of those folks in that Hardy network. And, we didn't get paid for that. I mean, they paid for our hotel, but we were happy to give that presentation and happy to travel because we wanted to give back to the industry that's been so good to us.
Yes. Connect with your manufacturers. I'm sure you sell more than one product. A lot of you do.
Yeah. What kind of, are they doing webinars? Do they have a program you can participate in? Do they have events? Weren't you telling me about a Marvin event you just learned about?
No, we just got an email today. There's a regional training, nothing marketing wise, but it's just a regional training event to, bring the Marvin dealers together to learn more about the products, how to install, how to sell. So just ask. You should be on some sort of list with those manufacturers.
And, you're going to go, if you go to those events, and we've been to a handful of them, these big industry shows, they're exciting and they're overwhelming, and not every single thing you hear and learn is going to be immediately applicable. So go with an open mind, take what you need, and leave the rest. Right. You will absolutely, if you pay to go to an industry event, you will absolutely hear some amazing keynote speakers. You'll be able to network with other contractors all across the country that, again, are on the same journey that you are. And they can help you solve problems, bookkeeping problems, hiring problems, training problems, sales problems. Right. I mean, this whole podcast is about digital marketing, but this episode is really dedicated to you, the business owner.
Growing.
You owe it to yourself to set aside time to make yourself a better owner. And that comes through education and networking.
So we talked about connecting with your manufacturer through virtual and live events, just connecting with them in general. There's a ton of other content out there in terms of continuing your education.
Yeah, so some of that content, like it costs you money to pay to go to a show. So what are some free things that you've seen?
Yes. First and foremost, I love this one. I feel like it's a hack. You can literally Google Alerts, and go in there and set up an alert for the manufacturers you follow. Set up an alert for your business name.
Set up an alert for your competitors.
And your competitors. And you will, not all the time, because I know you're getting a ton of emails, but you'll get emails from Google Alert, depending on the manufacturer, once a week, 2 times a week, with news, on the corporate level about what's going on with those manufacturers.
So I'm going to break down just in case people don't know what a Google Alert is. So Google, in all of their infinite wisdom, they have so many different products. This is one of another product that Google has.
Free.
That's a free product, and it's literally called Google Alerts.
Yes.
Or Alert.
Yeah.
And so you log in with your Google account or a Gmail address. And it's almost like you're creating your own curated newsletter.
It's awesome.
You put in search terms that you care about. And what Google is going to do is it's going to scour the web. And let's say I'm just going to pick manufacturer Pella. I don't know.
That's a good one.
Let's just say maybe you're not a Pella dealer, but you're thinking about picking it up. Maybe you're a roofing contractor and you're thinking about picking up Pella. You obviously could go to their website. You could meet with their rep, but maybe you just want to see what articles are being written about them.
How are the numbers?
Yeah. I mean, you can get alerts. So anything that's published online, not just on the Pella website, but if it's in a Forbes article,
correct,
or some sort of investment article about their quarterly earnings, all of those things that are published on the internet are going to be captured by Google and then packaged and sent to you once a week in an email that's a summary of every time Pella has ended up in the news.
That's exactly right. Here at Fat Cat, we follow all of those Google alerts too, because we want to stay on top of our game about what's going on in the industry that we serve with those specific products.
Yeah, so your Google alerts could be product specific. They could be more generic, big picture business topics.
Definitely.
Could be your competitors.
Other free options, again, there's no harm at all. You've obviously found our podcast, but continue to search on YouTube, on other podcasts. Use the word home improvement, use the word contractor, use the word business owner. You're going to get a ton of resources out there. How to vet them, I guess just start listening.
Just sample them, see what works for you.
Just start sampling them. I mean, some will have higher reviews and, and so forth. But
podcasts are free.
Totally free. So just search. Don't think your search is going to be silly. There's probably content out there for you.
Yeah, and books, old school. If you're a reader.
Janet loves books.
I do. Caitlin, she taught me a new verb. She says she doesn't book.
I will audiobook.
But she doesn't paper book.
No, I can't
I will
paper
book. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of business books that have been written that are, big picture, good to great.
From
scaling
Traction.
Up. The EOS, a lot of you guys have, Gino Wickman.
Yeah.
There's just so many great authors that can approach the subject of what it means to be an entrepreneur, what it means to scale, what it means to put profit first. I have a really good friend. She started a small business, ended up selling it. She's now a CEO of a fantastic company here in North Carolina. She told me something years ago that I love when it comes to this kind of, continuing education for entrepreneurs. A lot of it is kind of fluff.
It is.
But before you just throw the whole thing out, know that there's going to be fluff and take what you need and leave the rest.
Oh, I love
That's what my friend Jeannie told me. If you're going to go to a show and there's 8 speakers, one of them's probably going to be a dud.
Yeah.
Don't say the show was a dud. Take what you need and leave the rest.
Yep. And you probably had a good time doing it. So we talked about listening to podcasts, YouTube channels, same type of searches, books. I love this one. You're going to groan. If you are on social media, great. If you aren't, it's okay. But there are a lot of really good home improvement influencers on social media. I know I get a good laugh out of Tony Hody's post on Facebook every single day.
Doesn't he record those while he's driving in his truck?
He'll record them. More recently, thank God, because it's safer. It's just like a funny meme that's really relatable content with some good advice. Yeah, if you're on social, try to follow those influencers, Facebook, Instagram. I don't see a ton of info on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn might be another place to get some good industry news.
Right.
If you're on there.
So I guess the point is find the format that you like, consume new material, new educational material in the format that you like, and set aside time to dedicate to your own continuing education. And I guess something that a lot of times, when we're talking about continuing ed and working on the business and not in the business, there's all these different things that you can read, listen to, watch. There's another component to this. You can read and follow people on social all day long. You also have to make the effort to figure out what of these things are you going to put into practice in your business. And so there's a little bit of a double-edged sword. If you start consuming and reading all of these business books and going to shows, we call it like drinking the Kool-Aid.
I was just going to say, yeah.
We've been doing this long enough. We know when it's show season.
Open the fire hydrant and
our
pour the ideas.
Our clients are going to come back on fire with a million ideas.
Yes. That's great.
It's great. The ideas are great. Be selective. Pick the ones that,
Good point, Janet.
If you go to a show and you listen to 8 speakers, you're going to walk away with 255 ideas.
At least.
If you go back to the office and you hit your salespeople and your office manager and your marketing department with this kind of psychotic, crazy, manic, oh my God, we should do this and this and this and this and this and this and this.
All at once.
You're going to fatigue your staff.
Yeah. And you can't really measure. If you make all those changes at one time, it's hard to measure what really worked.
Exactly.
But we love them. I always encourage, obviously go to shows. I always say, write them all down, write your ideas down. And if we want to, after the show, let's just go through that list and see what we think we can implement and when.
Yeah. And, we'll put a bow on this. So if we're talking about find content that you like, consume that content, be selective about what you're going to execute on, then what do you do with all those other ideas? We have something here at Fat Cat that we do that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
We use our project management system, and we created an idea bank.
Yep.
And so all of these things that come across our desk every day, come across our email, come across social, that we're reading in books.
You probably feel the same way. The ideas are endless.
The ideas are endless.
Yes.
If you are an entrepreneur, I guarantee you don't have a shortage of ideas.
No.
What you have is a shortage of time and resources to execute on all of those.
Yes.
You can also, depending on the day, have a shortage of patience when you're trying to explain those ideas to your staff and they're looking at you sideways like you've lost your mind.
Been there.
We've definitely been there. So maybe create an idea bank.
Yeah, I love that.
It could be as simple as a spiral notebook. It could be
sticky notes on a wall.
It could be sticky notes on a wall. It could be a whiteboard. It could be your Apple on your phone, on your iPhone, the Notes app, where you just dump a bunch of notes. And then let them cool off for a little while. Come back a week or two later. Go to these shows. Take all the notes. Come back, drinking the Kool-Aid, high as a kite with all your ideas. Let it cool for a week. Go back through your idea file. The ones that are still resonating with you that you can see, I can see how I can implement this.
Yeah.
Those are the ones to take action on.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. I do think we had one more idea we wanted to mention.
I can't believe I forgot to plug our own digital course.
I know. I know. Go for it, Janet.
Yeah, we have created a digital course for contractors. It is a 5-part course. Yes. And the focus of everything in this course is to teach you, as the owner of a home improvement business, how to first learn the lingo of digital marketing.
Correct.
And then delegate that so you can elevate onto better things.
Yes.
So if you want to sign up for our course, if you go to fatcatstrategies.com/contractor marketing game plan.
There are hyphens in between all of those words.
Contractor marketing game plan. If you put in the promo code podcast, we're going to give it to you for $59.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And y'all, I've watched every single one of those videos. The content is amazing. There's good worksheets with
dozens
them.
and dozens and dozens of worksheets.
We go from SEO to PPC to social media.
Generating reviews.
Website must-haves.
Yes.
It's really solid. And
I feel like such a dodo. We did this whole episode and I completely forgot that we made our own course.
No, I love it. It's all a part of your continuing ed. And we'll definitely encourage you guys to go sign up for that. You definitely have a great offer on the table. And I'm sure we're going to link to the landing page to sign up for that on this, however you're listening. So I know that was kind of hard to say. Awkward to say, but continue learning We're always learning. I think Janet said it best. If you're an entrepreneur, I think you're going to always want to grow and learn.
Yeah. So that kind of wraps up our thoughts on making sure that you honor your journey and dedicate time to continuing education so that you can be a better business owner for your customers and for your staff and for yourself.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us once again on Digital Marketing for Contractors. We are Fat Cat Strategies, and if you want to sign up for our course, go to fatcatstrategies.com/contractor marketing game plan.
Or just shoot us an email, and we'll send you a link.
Email. Yeah.
Whatever's easiest. Thank you. And that probably is going to conclude this season of the podcast. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.
Digital Marketing for Contractors is created by Fat Cat Strategies. For more information, visit fatcatstrategies.com.